How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope your Sunday's been going good so far. We're here back for some Atari night, but we're going to be doing Activision. Um, I think everybody can agree Activision was uh, one of the best publishers for the Atari, especially when Pitfall came out. I remember from what we had got from Atari up until that point, and then here comes Pitfall. It was a game changer. A lot of graphics. You could make out that there was a guy, that kind of stuff like that. And then from there, they came out with some really good games. Now, not all Activision games are good. Some of them I think suck, but I do like pretty much a lot of them. And I was noticing I think there's a couple on here I might not even played. Um, I'm pretty sure Rampage is one I wasn't familiar with. And what the hell? There was another one I seen in here that I was like, I don't remember that one. Oh well, we'll get to them when we get in there. But yeah, I think there's one or two at least I don't think I played before. And I know a lot of these I haven't played for years since I've had when I had my original Atari. So we'll see how good I do on them. I'm sure I'll be a little rusty or a lot of rusty. Anyways, let's see who's in chat. So we got Go Game Go. Hey Jeff, how you doing? Jeff's in here. Junebug. Looks like Junebug went to dinner. So she'll be missing part of the show, but I'm glad you stopped in, Junebug. I always appreciate that. Bears, hey, how you doing, Bears fan Goomba? Good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. Let's see. Make sure I got this thing working. But yeah, anyways, like I said, tonight's all about Activision. And I'm not sure what I'll do next week. It'll be another something like this. Maybe it'll be iMagic or IOMagic or I don't know. I guess it's iMagic is what their thing is. But I don't know. I always called them IOMagic for some reason. I always put a no in there. But yeah, there's quite a few publishers that are good. Because recently we had done the Champ Games, which their games are fantastic. Um, if Champ Games had been developing them games, I think they would have been known back then as the premier developer. But of course, they're using a little bit different technology in that they use, for their development of their games. So they have like an edge on what they would have had back in them days. So hence the reason why they're not out until now. You didn't see them back then. Let's see. Let me get over to. Yeah. I used to play Keystone Capers a lot. I like that. Well, mentioning that, there's a game in here called Private Eye. I'm not. If I played Private Eye, I maybe played it once. It's like it's almost familiar, but not really familiar. So, I know I didn't play it a lot. So, let's go over to some gameplay. Oh, I gotta adjust my view window. I had doing a video where I had to change where my window was because it's usually see if I could do this being it would be here is where my when you viewing me it's usually right there during the videos, but it was covering up some information, so I had to move it over to here. So hopefully that's coming out right to you guys. All right, let's see. Go to that and let me get the window capture on the right window. Okay, there we go. It should be it. All right. I'm doing this in emulation on the Launchbox app. Well, I should say program because it's not an app per se. Yeah, as I said, I'm not sure about that Private Eye myself, Jeff, because like if I did play it, it could be I seen the picture of it before, but and maybe I never did play it because it's not very familiar to me whatsoever. I figure what we'll start off with is the one I mentioned first, which was Pitfall. Oh, you know what? I was just noticing it doesn't have Pitfall. It has Pitfall 2. Well, that's odd. All them ROMs I downloaded and one of them, there wasn't a Pitfall. Huh, let me check something real quick. I have some of the games hidden because they don't have boxes. Um, so let me see if it's. Let me see if Pitfall happens to be on that. Because that would be odd. It didn't have Pitfall. I mean, we can play Pitfall too, but I just got done talking about Pitfall. It just kind of sucks. I don't even know why I didn't check that. I just assumed all the Activision games were there. Well, it seems like I have a Pitfall with no wall hacks, but that's not what I'm looking for. So yeah, I'm not. It doesn't look like it. Oh shit. Well, there you go. What are you gonna do? That sucks because I would pop my 2600 plus out because I have the cart for Pitfall. But yeah, I just thought that I had the I just assume that's what happens when you assume. Make an ass out of you and me. Let's see. Go back to uh, that, and we'll get back to this. Well, we'll play Pitfall 2. I mean, it's Pitfall. It's just a better version of it. So, like I said, it's just should have done a better job of checking and making sure I had it. Oh, good lord. Okay, there it comes. The launch box will go through checking all the videos. Gameplay, window capture. Should be the screen right there. There we go. Okay, yep. Let's go back to that now. Yeah, we got it. So, like I said, don't have Pitfall apparently, but yeah, we got Pitfall 2. So, let me hook the controller up. If that's loud to you guys, seems like it's loud to me. Let me turn this down a little bit. Oh, geez. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's frozen on my end. I think looks like it's OBS. All right, let's get this back. Let me get this back under control. I forgot that when I mess with OBS, it pauses the game. Alright, now how's that on your guys' end? How's the sound? Yeah, I know, I hit the mute by accident. Let's go over here. Go bar, so grab that. Well, that sucked. Right away I got stuck. So, at least with this one, there's these save spots in it which the other one didn't have. So, wherever you happen to grab them save spots, especially as you go along, then you don't have to keep going back and further and further. Like I said, they didn't have that in the other one. Down some more. Oh crap. You got to get right up on that scorpion. That's where I'm screwing up at. Tell the monkey. Oh, well, hell, that sucks. Yeah, I've got the volume almost, well, crap. Can't run any faster than what I was doing. It's like I didn't run any faster than I did before. It's just, for some reason, it was okay that time. Okay, there we go. Lord, I just had to get my timing back. There, now we hit this. If something happens to us, we come right back to this spot. I hate the fall in this game. Like that. Or like that. You have to keep where I got killed. But when you do that, you have to keep inching your way over so you can land on the platform and just keep falling. doesn't make it any less sucky that you can start off at that place, especially if you looked around here and got, a certain distance. Oh, shit. That's what happens when you go down too quick. Oh, that was just dumb. I came right back up. It made me sad. Come on there, frog. Be a little careful while we get closer down here. I don't want to do the same thing I did last time. There he is. Oh, crap. All the way back. You gotta remember, I gotta be smarter than the frog. Remember, oh shit. Don't ask me why. I kind of felt like I was missing something. Oh shit. No, remember. Oh, you know what? Screw that gold bar. There's one there too. That's the whole object of the game, is try to get as many of them gold bars as possible. You want your score to be high. But as you can see, you don't die. You gotta time this right. Yeah, my finger slipped off the keypad. So they're going, yeah, I can't go any further. I don't know if there's anything going further back there. We're already going that way. Might be a whole totally waste of time. Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, I've never been back that way. Now I can see why that wasn't a good idea. Hmm. Let's see. I just seen that where you said the camera was off, Jeff. Let me see. I don't know what's been going on with this. I don't know if it's the Elgato or what. Because it freezes up on there, but then I can't reset it for some reason. And I don't understand why. So there's something on here where this affects it, but I'm not sure what the problem is. Let me see. There's something else. Okay, let me try this. Yeah, maybe it's the Elgato, I guess. I mean the virtual camera. I still ain't doing anything. Hmm. All righty. Just give me a second. I'll figure this out. Yeah, it's like weird. I have to get into Task Manager, and because even though it looks like it's canceling it out, it doesn't for some reason. So I have to get in Task Manager and I clear it out. And the thing is it's all updated in that. So I don't know. Uh, I seriously don't know why it's causing a problem. Why it locks up like that. I've had it happen a couple times now, and I've been trying to troubleshoot it, but I can't get anything out of it. So okay, the camera's on there, but I don't see anything on screen. Huh, that's weird. All right, well, hold on a second. Let me go back to just me. Okay. Yeah, so that's showing up there. Why I'm small like that, I don't know. Maybe it's bigger on here. No, it's small up here for some reason. What the hell is that up about? All right, let me try this again. Just have to make this big, but yeah, I don't know why it shrank me down. Okay. Well, we got that again. And then go over to gameplay. All right. Yeah, give me a second. Let me get this worked on. I just knocked the camera over. Sorry about the loud boom. Yeah. On the desk. Yeah. Always got to be technical problems. All right. I think I got this worked out. We'll just have to do the camera like that. Just this. And all right. So that'll work. And go to gameplay. Yeah, activate and activate. For some reason on the gameplay it doesn't want to work. It's the Elgato's on there. Huh. I don't know why that's not working. Let me see if I put it up like this. No, that's still not showing. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay. There we go. That's not, what is that part there? Oh, okay. Why is that so small? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. That's well, let me get rid of this. Good Lord. Okay. Do that again. Do video. The okay. It's still not working. Don't even know what's going on with. Oh, okay. Is that it? Geez, that don't make no sense. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong. Um, All I can tell you is it's being a bitch for some reason. Okay. We had this. We had video capture device. We called out. It's Elgato Facecam 2. Just don't get what the hell where it's at. Like I can't find the camera. It's like it's lost somewhere on the screen, but I can't see it. I don't know what that's about. It's got the whole thing screwed up. All right, so we got that. All right, let's get rid of the window capture. There's that. Wait, that's that. Not on that. Run that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. It's usually not too hard to fix these things, but God bless it, this one's been a pain in the ass. Okay, well, there we go. Lord, what's so hard about that? Geez, it made me work my ass off to get it. All right, there we go. Jesus Christ, that took a bit to get working. I was about to say hell with it and just have voice on this, but all right. So it should put me on there. So hopefully you guys should be able to see it. Yeah, how you doing, Casey? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know what that was about. Like I said, my Elgato just freezes up, and then it won't start back up, and then I have to go and end it in taskbar, or it just stays running and it slows up, won't do anything. So there's something, right now I'm just on Elgato camera. I'm not using the camera hub. So it's a problem with the camera hub. I don't know if they updated it lately or what the deal is with that, but for some reason it's all messed up. So I'm not happy about it. It's like this. Hear what's going on. I can't hear the beautiful music. It's painfully obvious there's something definitely wrong, but what it is, I have no clue. Oh crap! Hit the wrong button to jump. Go back up. It showed that there was one there. Magic shit. Let's go back down here. touch my damn foot. Well, I mean, we might as well move on because since I had technical anyways, that's Pitfall 2. Like I said, I don't know why I didn't have Pitfall 1, but you know what you're going to do. Another one of my favorite games on here was Hero. I used to play this all the time. I played it a lot more probably on my ColecoVision after where I got that than my Atari, but both versions are good. Yeah, ColecoVision just has a little bit of nicer graphics, I guess, but I mean, the gameplay is essentially the same. This first mission is like easy as hell. All you gotta do is just blow up a wall, go down and save the guy. Oop. But you push down, that's how you get the dynamite to go off, and then the A button just basically pushes this laser. Oh shit, well you want to do that, that's just dumb right there. Alright. But that's what it keeps getting a little more complicated as you go along. Oh shit, you can't stand there when you drop the bomb either. Unless you want to get killed. Oh, I just did it again. Alright. I don't know what I was doing. I guess I'm thumbing the hell out of my D-pad. This is one of the prime examples where it's better to have the Atari joystick in these situations. I think this, you get this one because I think over there is a lantern. Oh, well, you don't want to do that. All right, we'll play one more time because, man, I really botched that. I could usually go pretty far in Hero until I get killed, but blew myself up twice. Hey, Savater, how you doing? How you doing, Torque? Good to see you guys. Yeah, I never seen the Commodore 64 version of it. I mean, imagine it's probably the same. Because, like I said, that's they upped the graphics a little bit on the ColecoVision and that, but it's essentially the same game. I mean, to me, Hero, even in its basic form, is still Hero. I mean, you could gussy it up a little bit if you want to, but it's still just the same game. I thought I was going to shoot his ass. Nope. went underneath my laser. And then there's a thing underneath there. Oh, crap. Jeez, oh, Pete. Like I said, when I'm by myself, I do pretty good on this. It's the pressure of an audience. It's killing me. There we go. Plus, I am playing with this. I'm using my Xbox controller since I'm emulating it. And that's why I keep blowing bombs up. It's a little touchy. There we go. If you say, well, it sounds like you're making excuses, I am. I am making excuses. Yeah, that's how I prefer to play it, is with the joystick. I can't remember if we got to get this one. Oh, shit, I got too close to the wall, which happens. Oh, it's too close, damn it. Well, I got to level 6. But yeah, what Casey had said in there, that I think it was Casey said it. No, Savater. When it gets around level 10, it starts getting harder, real hard. But anyways, that's Hero. Like I said, it's a game I've always liked. Simple, but fun. There's something about it. I don't know. You have to play Hero, and it's just one of them games that I don't know. I instantly liked it. There was just something about it. It talked to me, I guess, about the best way to say it. All right. And then we'll go ahead. Somebody had mentioned this. This is Keystone Capers. It's another good game. I always loved Keystone Capers. There we go. That's what I was going to say. I'm like, does that jump or is that run? I can't remember. Now, you can wait for the elevator, but it takes a while to get there. And because it moves around, so I just run. Because you run faster than the crook does anyways. Now, I don't know if I'm going to catch him, but I'm going to give it a good go at it. As long as if I don't hit anything in that, I should be okay. Yep, I'm already catching up to his ass. Go to jail, bitch. That's how you handle that. Run, run, run. There's different levels to this game, too, and add difficulties. Oh, shit. That wasn't good. He got away. He got away. There's different versions of this game, too. Besides the Activision, there's people that made versions for the Intellivision and stuff like that, so. Yeah, we're almost there, Tim. And there you go. I mean, basically, that's what you do is you run through here and try to capture that guy. Now we're getting an occasional shopping cart. That's the only thing is it's just stuff slowing you down. Oh, like that. About up to him again. There we go. So on this, I mean, it's just basically you can go back and forth, and not that much of a challenge. But like I said, there's as the levels go up, it gets a little harder because stuff gets added. But it's not, it's just a fun game to play. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you it's the most challenging Activision game you could play. It's just always good though. Barnstorming, good one. Basically with this, it's just push the button. Oh, the button either speeds you up or slows you down. Oh, I keep running them because I'm thinking a barn's gonna come up. These guys will slow you down. Oh, there we go. Oh. Birds. So you try to hit less stuff, keep going. The faster you do it. Like I'm running them birds. Actually, you would rather not do that, and especially running them weather vanes. Well, not weather vanes. No, are them things? Oil pumps on them. That's not good either. Yeah, I only got 40 that time. It was 44. It was better last time. Yeah, let's try one more time. Oh, crap. Should have just went by it instead of trying to go down and get to it. Bad decisions. Crap. That's what happens. You start speeding up to try to make up time when you're screwing up, and this makes it worse. 41. So 44 was my best so far. Hey, Junebug. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. Let's see. Where else can we go from here? This one here, this is Laser Blast. I'll see if I'll be able to do it on here. It's easier to do with the joystick. I'm not sure if I'll be able to achieve it on here, but this game, once you get the timing of it down, which is, I didn't get right there. But once you get the timing down, you could go on forever on this game. Yeah, I can't seem to do it as good as I can with the joystick, but I can see it's every 1,000. Oh, it's like the fact that you could steer your ship down when you're dying, so. Like, that's how I could do it with the joystick, and I could continually do that. Just shoot them all three right at the beginning, and that you could just keep going on forever in this game. And the fact that you could build it up at, at every 1,000, you just keep building ships up. It was a cool game looking, you know what I mean? But yeah, for difficulty, ain't shit. That's the thing is, like I said, if you got the timing of it, you can shoot them before they even, take their first shot at you. So that's what made it easy. Always made me think that when during the development, all they had to do was add a little something that made them a little bit less predictable. Like take that timing marker off of it at the beginning or something like that, and they could have had a more challenging game. But the way they designed it here is just there's no challenge to it. Occasionally you might get shot down, but shit, you build ships up so on a regular basis it doesn't matter. Oh. But like I said, I do like the kamikaze aspect. Oh, he got me. It's almost like he heard me. Oh, he got me too. There we go. But yeah, so that's Laser Blast. Like I said, it's just cool game and that, but yeah, it's just ridiculously easy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it looks good and that, but like I said, if they would have all they had to do was have it fire faster than what it does, have the timing where they first start to fire, have it faster right off the bat or something like that. They could have made a more challenging game out of it, but unfortunately, it didn't. The fact that you can repeatedly destroy all three of them before they even take a shot at you, yeah, it makes it ridiculous. Let's see what else we got here. I used to like skiing. I used to play this a lot. Now, this isn't like a game that I would play over and over again. It's like I just like picking it up once in a while and playing it. Oh, my last hurrah smacking into the thing. Hey. Try the difficulties, of course, speed's a little faster. Oh shit. So it did offer some challenges. I'm never sure how far I've ever played this up. Oh, yeah, here comes the trees, and I forgot about that. Just basically going downhill, but you got your trees or your obstacles. Well, I would like to jump into. Oop. You hit the, I guess I'm thinking them snow bumps. There we go. But yeah, you have so much time, how fast you can get down it. Hey, Chris, how's it going? And everybody's favorite. Where the hell's that at? I know Jeff likes this one. Activision boxing. Basically, you just want to get to a point where you can try to see if I could duplicate that. You get them in a certain position, you can just basically just punch them back and forth. Jeez, he's getting hit some. That son of a bitch. Embarrassing when the computer guy starts whipping your ass. I mean, look at this realism. This, like you feel like you're at the fights. Should have just called this Rocky. Oh, you kept. Stop hitting me. Stop getting close to me. Uh-oh. He's going to overtake me if I keep that up. All right, there you go. 84 to 81. Man, that was close, though. He started coming back. Hey, Papa Pete. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, it was the Atari 2600 and it was boxing. I guess you just had to be happy with what you had. Here's another one I always enjoyed. Old fishing derby. Basically, just hook the fish, bring him up, and then you push the button. Oh, wait a minute. Push the button to bring him up faster. But you gotta. Gotta watch it. The shark doesn't get him. Oh hell! Will you guys grab it? Okay. Further down you get them, of course, the more money. The points you get. Excuse me. I want to say money. Oh, you son of a bitch. You came back and got me. That shark is sneaky. Come on. Go hang over at the computer guys. Doc, leave my Doc alone. Why the hell does this one fight me so much? God. That little guy was giving me a battle. No. God bless it, shark. Come on, grab a hold of that. Yeah, I gotta get up there because that computer guy is whooping my ass. Oh, come on, grab it, fishy. Ooh, that was close. Got that one up there by the hair of my chinny chin chin. All right. Grab a bunch. Now, to see, this little guy here is fighting my ass off. Got to go for them easy points, and sometimes they fight you. Oh, yeah, he whooped my ass. Oh, is that why it's like they're fighting me? Yeah, I just thought the fish were giving me a goddamn battle. Oh, Chopper Command. Activision's Defender. Oh, that's great. Just like Defender, I suck at There you go, cleared it again. I don't usually do this good. Ooh. So they got me. We'll play one more. I like Defender more on the Atari, especially Stargate. But it's not a bad game. He's a buddy of mine. He loved Activision. They could not do any wrong. I would say stuff like, well, it's an okay game, but, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, man, he'd get pissed. Activision should do this thing. Which, Activision makes great games, but not every one of them. It's like we were talking one of the chats or on one of the shows. I can't remember. Maybe it was my show. We were talking about like the Atari. I love Atari's a system I grew up on. I love it. But 80% or more of their games suck ass. There's good ones, but man, there's really a lot of stinkers. Especially if you got the system at the beginning. There was a lot of filler shit that they made. Air-sea battle, stuff like that. Where they'd have 100 some levels or difficulties or whatever they would call them, but it was just essentially the same shit. We didn't have anything else, so it was cool shit to us. This is like, my actual first system was RCA Studio 2. That thing's a piece of shit, but it wasn't to me when I first got it. It was my first video game system. It didn't have a controller. It had it had a keypad. It had cartridges though, and it had pre-built games that were already in it. I think there were 6 games you could get, which of course were variations of Pong. And then, but we had bowling and other stuff in that, but they were very basic graphics, very simple. And like I said, you had a keypad, number pad, on both sides, and that's what you use to control everything. But yeah, looking back on it, it's a piece of shit. But at the time, I'd have told you it was the best system ever because it was fun, and it was the first time I had something like that. Sorry about that, Jeff. I didn't mean to poop on your favorite. Yeah, I didn't know. I've never noticed that, Pete. I guess I don't really pay attention too much to the other guy and what he's doing. The only thing I ever look up at is the score. But basically, other than that, I'm just fishing. So yeah, I never put two to two together on it. I never really checked it. I just thought it was sometimes some fish fought, and that was it. So now here's another dumb game. Um, I used to like this game too. Well, I mean, I still do in a way. Um, I don't know. I guess Freeway is their answer to Frogger, but in a sucky way. It's not that, you just basically run to the other side. That's it. You just try to avoid getting hit. There you go. Yeah, this is challenging. Yeah. Of course, I mean, with somebody else, I mean, it's the challenge is that. But I mean, your basic, if you get the timing right, you can just jam around on this thing. It's ridiculous. But like I said, yeah, I wasn't sure what they were trying to go for on this one. Like I said, I don't know if they were trying to make something that was Frogger-ish or something like that. Because I mean, it has the thing of going from the top to to the bottom to the top. But other than that, it just way more challenge on the game Frogger than this game. But I figured I'd show it, even though I can sit here and just pretty much. Yeah, I forgot about that too. You don't die, you just get knocked back. They probably would have added the challenge in here that you could die. That would probably be a little bit more to it. But it's just basically a point game against each other is all it is. It's who scores highest. The fact that you both could run up here like nuts doesn't really make it much of a challenge, does it? Anyways, that's Freeway. Yeah, hopefully they didn't, because if this was their attempt to do the same thing as Frogger, it's sad. But I don't even know why you would make it. I mean, honestly, I don't know why you'd make it in the first place. It's even with the competition between another person, it's not exciting. It's just, yeah, I don't get it. I mean, like I said, there might be people that care about it, and if you do, I'm sorry for shitting on your game, but yeah, I'm not that impressed with it. Never have been. River Raid, one of my favorite. But River Raid is a simple premise, but it's executed well. It's fun to play. Like adventure. Winter was always fun. Not overly difficult. Well, it can be if you're using the skill levels at certain things, but other than that, I mean, the premise is easy. The grass is full up. It was fun. It was fun. Damn airplane. It was good. It was good looking to you and fun to play. Oh shit, that was dumb. Oh hell, I knew that airplane was going to come there, and I screwed it up. Yeah, it just should have kept freeway. Well, they should just threw it away. All right. Let's see. Now, here's another. This was it too. I'm not familiar with Rampage on the 2600, and I didn't know it was made by Activision. That's two things. I played Rampage on many things, but I would just pick Lizzie. I mean, not George. Sorry. Oh, that's very disturbing. Okay, you push down. All the button does is jump up. How the hell do you... I don't understand this. I'm missing something here. And usually you beat on the buildings or whatever. Well, you can do that. Is it push down and no? Oh, okay. It looks like you push. No, you push up. Okay, that's what you do. You push down and push the button. I guess. Well, it ain't working here. Huh. Well, this is weird. Try this up here. I don't know if I'm hitting it or. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Go eat this person. Okay, like, see, that. You have to get that to come up, or. Huh. It's not like you can, every time you can hit it or nothing like that. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It's weird. Weird. I don't know what the hell he's supposed to be. Okay, so now he can hit it. It's just weird. Like certain times you can hit it, sometimes you can't. There's somebody up there in the building. We'll go up there and eat him. Oh. There, yeah. Hell yeah, we ate him. I don't know what makes it all of a sudden where you can't hit them. Okay, so now like I didn't even do anything. Are they falling on their own? That takes the whole aspect of Rampage away. I mean, it's supposed to be you destroying the buildings. Huh. Well, yeah. So is it just you going around eating and smashing the vehicles? Because that's kind of weird. Got the helicopter. See if we can get up here. Oh, shit, he disappeared. I was going to eat you. Yeah, I don't know. That's just... So far, I would have to give this a big thumbs down. This sucks. Especially if you're a fan of Rampage, because very Rampage-like. Oh, I'm eating this dude. Yeah, I'm not even doing that. I ran away from it and it falls on its own. Yeah, that's kind of, I can say, officially, that's pretty damn done. I mean, I guess I shouldn't expect, well, I take that back. They could have probably done more than that. That's horrible. All right. And there's tennis. Tennis is always fun. Oh, Frogger 2, yeah. Yeah, that's a decent game. Yeah, the Berserk is good on the 7800. So is Frenzy. That's this tennis is relatively simple and that, but you know what? It was fun for back in the day. Oh, the thing is I'm just running around and getting to where the ball's at. It hits it automatically. Oh. And it's a lot more fun than Jimmy Connor's tennis on the links. Man, I hate that damn tennis game. God awful. Oh, shitty one. Whoop my ass. Oh, wasn't ready yet, dude. Can't believe you took advantage of me. Oh, bitch. Playing me hard. Well, I don't know if he's playing me hard or if I just suck that bad. I'm not sure which one it is. Making a comeback. As soon as I say that, I'm going to get smushed. Deuce. Add in. Advantage. Ooh, there. Eat that, bitch. Oh, got him again. Oh, I'll be damned. I'm going out on a high note. I won. Yeah, it's actually not bad. I mean, it gives you a challenge. You can't just take it lightly and think it ain't gonna do something. It'll mess you up. Here's Activision's answer to Battlezone. Oh no. Fog alert. Oh shit. Oh, with this, you stay I knew sooner or later I have this theory: fire enough, you'll hit something. Seems to be works good in a lot of these games. Fog went away. Enemy squadron related bonus tank. Yep. That's what we want. Bonus tanks. Oh shit, now it's no. Shit, now I'm getting the case of oh, switch over to the reserve tank. Oh, what now? He's going to start plumbing my ass or something? Usually what happens, you start doing good, and all hell breaks loose. Again. All right, mission ended. They got me. I was kicking his ass, and then shit went sideways. Good old spider fighter. Oh. Oh, shit. Damn it. That's terrible. Terrible. Hell. Hell's bells. It's a good game, though. I like this. I always have liked Spider Fighter. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. That's and kind of like, well, a little different than that laser blast, but again on this, as you notice, every time you clear that group of enemy you have on the top, you get a free dude. So you can go on for a while on this one, Yeah, I like it too, Torque. I always did. Like I said, it's fun to play. There's a good challenge to it. It's one of the good cards to pop in. Play, 30 minutes to have a good time. to hear that sound. It means you suck. The Star Master always kind of reminded me of like it's Activision's attempt at Star Raiders. I used to play the shit out of Star Raiders on my Atari 400, the 8-bit computer. Used to love that game. Well, I mean, I still like playing it. Now when I play it though, the only good way I could play it is on the Atari 50th collection. They have Star Raiders in the 5200 games, and it plays, like the 8-bit version did, and it's fun to play on that. They had Star Raiders for the 2600. Not that big of a fan of it, but all right. Now, I can't remember how to get to these, so don't, bear with me. I thought you just moved to them, but apparently that's not it. This was just another way to do it. I'm not remembering what it is. That resets it. I know that. That's the star map. I don't know if that's just for you to pick where you start off at. Well, I feel dumb because I can't remember how the hell to play this. And I used to play this all the time. I can't remember if it was any of the switches on the console you had to hit for it. I do remember. Oh, okay. Thanks, Pete. That's what it was. Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I thought. It had to be something like that because I can't do what I have to do. Apparently, this isn't mapped except for a certain amount of stuff. So I can't, there's nothing to hit to get it to go to the because I know these are showing, the dots are showing the number of ships that are in that area or what have you, and I know that's where you got to go, so that's a shame. That bums me out. I mean, this game's halfway decent. I would just have to, I guess, just set up the controller for it, but here you go, Mega Mania, another shooter. Oh, hell. Get over here. has a good look to it and everything, but it's basically, you know, I don't know. It's just bland, I guess. Now, I had it in my collection. I played it. Wasn't my favorite. I liked how they had different enemy types, but they all basically only have a couple of different patterns. It's not nothing drastic. Except I got killed by them, but it's not the at least it's not the difficulty or anything that would bother me in this. It's just, to me, it was kind of bland and wasn't that interesting to play. Did these? Oh man, they're checkers, of course. Oh, and can't do without enduro. I always liked the enduro. This was a good racing game. Once we got into where we had different driving conditions. I used to play Night Driver. It was one of my favorite racing games for it. But, you know, it was just at night. That's the reason it's called Night Driver. But, yeah, no, not a lot of riding. This, like I said, added in the fact that it had weather conditions and stuff like that. And, you know, enough to change it up and make it kind of cool. Yeah, after getting this one, this became my favorite driving game. Disappeared quick. Must have been up in the mountains. And as you see, it starts getting darker, which is cool. I don't know if was this the first game with a progression on from day to night on a video game. I can't remember. Was for a drive. Yeah, it's cool. I like how now you can see these clear lights. What's cool about it is all they did was they went down to like squares, but man, for some reason the effect is just like spot on. Let my bad gameplay discourage it. Now we got fog. Shit, I'm glad I wrapped it in those. Oh. Fog out. I can't believe nobody stayed on it. Horrible. Oh shit! Let me take my license. I said the other. That's the thing about this game too, man. The sheer amount of drivers that throw at you. They don't take it easy. Shit all over the place. I always like the, you notice too, the sound difference between when you're driving here and on the no. Just some little touches like that is pretty good for this game. A lot of games at that time didn't really get into the details. Whoever designed this. Well, there you go. That's the some of the Activision games. It wasn't all of them. I don't know what there is. Maybe one of the guys in the chats know. I think is there 34, 35 Activision games, something like that came out. Which I didn't even know that number till later. I was like, oh, geez, I didn't realize that many of them came out. I've never played that, Torque. Is it that many, Pete? 44? Well, holy shit. I didn't realize that was that many. Here, I was shocked by 34. So it turns out it was way more than what I thought. Yeah, it's let me see on here. Yeah, I have to go through this listing then. There's probably some I missed going through and well, I don't think you were in here yet, Pete, but the first one I wanted to play was Pitfall. Here I didn't even have Pitfall. I had Pitfall 2. I don't know why they didn't have the well, I mean, I downloaded the crap load of LeBron, but I downloaded which was presented as being the entire 2600 library. And but apparently not because it doesn't have Pitfall in it. But so yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and download that. But I do have Pitfall for my 2600 plus, so there's that. I can always play it on that. I ordered one of them. What the hell is that called? Um, is it the plus multi-cart or? But anyways, it's a multi-cart that works on the 2600 to the 7800 plus. I ordered that so I could just slam everything on there. Because then that way, instead of doing the emulation for the 7200, this the 2600 and that, or the 7800, I could just do it all. Well, I take that back. You can only do 2600 games off of it, but I can put all my 2600 games off of it and just run my 2600 plus. That way, I could use the original joystick. I could use my paddle controller because I've got the. I still have the paddle controller in the box. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. That's one thing I was copying you on, Pete. I actually have something that was in a box I never taken out. But yeah, that way I could do the original controllers on it because, like, I mean, any of these games, there's a lot of them. I'd rather play it with the Atari joystick than playing it with a Xbox controller or something like that. It's not. It doesn't have precision that I would like. It just on some of them. Yeah, I'll have to check that out because, like I said, I kind of like to have for this because it's easier, like for some of this stuff, just to do the emulation on it. Because, like, especially with the Atari, if I'm jumping back and forth between 2600, 5200, and 7800. But yeah, I just like I said, I just figured Activision. I mean, there's also Activision, of course, for 5200. There's Activision for the 7800. Um, so there's different varieties, but I wanted to basically concentrate on the 2600. It's that well, that's Papa Pete that's in the chat. Um, Papa Pete mostly does in television, but once in a while he'll do Atari or ColecoVision. And so there's like a lot of games I learned off of Pete because Pete would have shows like this where he'd have Activision or he'd have iMagic or whatever, and then he would show these games. And even though there was games I knew about, from each of the companies, I didn't know all the games. So I would watch him and say, "Oh shit, there's one." Especially like 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox is one a company I never really paid much attention to when I had my 2600. It was mostly Activision or Atari itself or what have you. iMagic because their games were just great. But um, the Pete was showing off these 20th Century Fox games, and some of them look cool as hell. And I never played them, and so it gave me the opportunity to go and try them out. And it's like, yeah, that really was a good game. That's with any of these retro channels, that's the great thing about it is, it's not just you, it's everybody else. Everybody else has different taste or they're willing to go in different ways of trying, the different games in that. And so, that's why I always at the beginning of the thing, I have that string, my opener where I direct you towards other people that I watch their channels. And that's why, because it's like, yeah, I do 2600, but there's other people that do 2600 and they might play games that I don't play and you might be able to see something different on them. Or, like with Pete, you if you're interested in Atari, he does in television. Maybe you want to check Intellivision out. Maybe you were like me, never had an Intellivision system. Not that you didn't want to buy one, you just never had one. You had your Atari, and you can go and see what they have to offer. Or recently, I've been into the 7800. I never had a 7800, but man, I really love that system. It's always good to get that. And then the 5200, Atari 5200, I've been finding some really good games on that. And that's because of all these other guys doing it. So, I see it and I go check it out and I go, oh, that's a beauty of YouTube, and especially the retro community. There's something for everybody. You don't have to sit there and worry about, oh, I got this channel. I got, how many channels. Just pick who you want to, add them into your thing, and go check them out, because everybody does something different. There's always something you might find interesting or hear something. Well, it's today I'm playing in that, and there's things I'm not sure on in that, and Pete is giving me information, or Jeff's giving me information. Torque is giving me information. They're telling me stuff I didn't know about these, or they're mentioning, hey, I like this game, but I also, that was, that led me to play this other game. So that's how, you find out new stuff. So that's the beauty of YouTube, and especially, retro gaming. Retro gaming is vast. It's a huge collection over time. And don't always get to play every game. It's like, I had my 2600. I think at the height of my collection, I had maybe like 80 games or whatever. But there's more than 80 games for the Atari 2600, and there's homebrew games. And that's the other thing too. Same thing with like Pete shows off a lot of homebrews, a lot of homebrews for the Intellivision, compared to what originally, because they have what they call the original 125, which had come out when Intellivision was out. But there is so much more above that that's out. ColecoVision is another prime example. I had a ColecoVision, loved my ColecoVision. I get homebrews for it because there's a crap load of homebrews that I didn't know about. You go to Atari Age, there's 2600 homebrews. Sometimes they'll have a 5200, 7800 homebrews. So, there's a whole collection there of games that weren't available when they first launched. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these games are more to us, depending on our age, because we grew up with the systems. So it's kind of cool to have them. I mean, maybe some of the new guys might look at them and it looks like crap. Well, yeah, but that's the thing is it was the gameplay. Were they fun to play? Yeah, you wanted something to look decent sometimes, but you didn't necessarily have to have decent looking. That's what I said with the Atari game for the 2600. Atari is, Adventure is not a good looking game in the sense, the graphics are amazing. I mean, for Christ's sakes, the dragons look like ducks and your sword's an arrow, but it was fun to play. And it opened up the possibility of what could be done in video games later on. And that was the whole thing, is it was using your imagination more back then, because you had these simple graphics that you had to imagine yourself in that world or whatever. And, of course, it was more elaborate at that time. Don't get me wrong. I like realistic graphics too on some of the newer games. But there's something to be said about the simple graphics from back in the day. It was just the great gameplay or what have you. They were fun games. They were challenging games, especially the arcades. Arcades were made to eat your quarters. So their games were challenging as shit, because they wanted to eat as many quarters as they could get. So the thing is it was our job to make it through more longer of the game to make that quarter last, and which there is people that always came up with ways to do it. Asteroids is a prime example of the arcade one. When people figure it out, hey, you could just chase down the little ship, which gives you 1,000 points each hit, and you could just keep floating around and save one little small asteroid that's slow, and then pound the shit out of that shit until you get 10,000, get a free ship, and keep going. There would be guys that could rack ships up across the screen, and I was one of them. I could, at one time I was able to do that. I mean, I could sit there and go in the arcade, get on an asteroid game, and in one quarter not leave that machine. And then there's people that came up with patterns on Pac-Man and stuff like that. Yes, there was a challenge, it was a difficulty, but there's always a way to get around it. And by God, people will figure that shit out sooner or later. That's the beauty of people. It just yeah. I always I magic. Yeah. I always mess up with how to say it too. In magic, I magic. But yeah, it just so that's why, like I said, I put that thing out there for you to go check these other people out because I think I enjoy them. So maybe you'll find some enjoyment with them as well. But check out there's more besides us. We're a group of people that we're in each other's chats, stuff like that. We that's how we met each other or whatever. But there's other people out there besides us. So go out there and look around and try to find somebody that uh, you know uh, uh, you know uh, tickles your taint. Is what what is it? Mad Little Pixel likes to say. But yeah, you could find somebody that shows things that you might enjoy or what have you, or show you things you didn't even thought of. Because it's like you think of all the systems that were out there. Being a Commodore 64, not everybody had one, or the VIC 20, not everybody had one. The Bali system, not everybody had that. Not everybody had a Lynx, not everybody had a Game Gear. So there's a lot of people that do that stuff, and you can see some of that stuff. And if you decide to collect, you don't always have to collect what you had and you loved. Sometimes you might collect what's odd. Like the Vectric system is a good one. Not everybody had a Vectric system, but there's a lot of people that want to collect it because it was a cool ass system. It was a self-contained Vectric system, and you couldn't get that anywhere else. And it was always something I desired a lot. Well, it was that I always desired a Vectric system and a Virtual Boy, and I'm trying to think what else. There was something. Oh, the handheld Turbo Graphics. Um, I do have a Virtual Boy in a sense. I have a Switch 2 with I bought the Virtual Boy setup for it, and it makes me happy because it was like having the Virtual Boy, which I always wanted to have. The Go Game Go has the TurboGrafx Express, which is cool. I don't have it. I mean, he has it, but to actually know somebody that actually has it was kind of slick because that back when I was younger, nobody I knew had one of them things. But and I got I don't know when the hell that's coming. I got the Vectrix Mini supposed to be coming. So is that what else am I waiting for? Vectrix Mini, the M64, the um, PlayStation Superstation, and something else I'm missing. That's in there somewhere. I'll think about it. But yeah, there's that kind of stuff that I'm looking forward to. So uh, yeah, that Turbo Express is definitely cool. Yeah, it's just I remember when it came out, it's like holy shit. Because when I got the Turbo graphics at the time, I forget what game sold me on it. I don't know if it was the golf game. I think it was just I don't know if it was set up somewhere in that. I can't remember how I came to know of it, but I really wanted to get it. And the Power Golf is fantastic on there. That's I used the Power Golf to talk to my buddy because at the time I didn't have enough money for the system and so a couple of games. So we went in on it and he figured he mostly hung out at my house so we could play it there. And once in a while, he'd just take it to his house. And I had other systems, so I didn't give a shit, if he wanted to take it to his house. But I wanted that really bad, got it, and loved the Turbo Graphics. But most people around me didn't know what the hell it was or gave a shit about it or whatever, because it was NEC, who NEC making a system, because some people were just stuck on Atari or Nintendo or whoever, Sega. Anybody outside of that, they just didn't really pay attention to. But TurboGrafx has got some great ass games on it. I wish a lot more people give it a chance. I know people that stream TurboGrafx, and whenever they do, nobody goes and watches the streams. So How you doing, Sith Critic? Yeah, yeah. That was what's so cool about it because we were playing asteroids and stuff like that, battle zones and that. They use vector graphics, and then here came this system at home that did it. Yeah, it was cool as hell. Standalone lone unit because honestly, but before that, I didn't think we ever get vector graphics at the house. I just thought that was going to be an arcade thing and that'd be it. So the fact that came out was fantastic. Made me happy as hell. And I always really wanted it. Yeah, yeah, I'm still waiting. Well, I ordered mine after yours, Jeff, so it'd be understandable that you still haven't gotten, I haven't got it. So, but that thing is just cool because you can do all kinds of different things on it. And that's the thing is on these games, like that super station is FPGA. Uh, I like FPGA, but I'm also you play games on whatever the hell you play them on because as you can see, I do emulation. I don't care, it's whatever. It's like, yeah, I like playing on my, with my physical cartridges. It's got a cool thing to it, just something about putting the card in and having the card to look at or whatever. Because the Atari meant so much to me, it's just cool to have the physical in that. But I also like playing on emulation. I don't give a shit. As long as it plays good and plays like the game did, that's the thing is so, because there's people that get into, well, you don't emulate and you only have the OG console and you only do this and that. No, you do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy, be happy with it. Yeah, everybody has a preference. So, if somebody has the preference to have physical, that's fine. But if that's not your preference, like I said, there's some people they'll get, snooty about it and look down on you, but it's like, hey, whatever makes you happy, that's what matters. It's emulation just happens to be convenient. You don't have to keep taking a card out, putting another one, whatever. You just switching around games and that. And storage, of course, is a lot easier than storing a shitload of cartridges. So oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that because yeah, you did get the disk drive. But yeah, this is like I said, I can't wait to get that and try that out. And M64 is the big one. I don't know what the hell's going on with them guys. I know a lot of people want to hate on that M64, but I mean, I just kind of like the look of the system. I just hope it's good. Um, it's not a knock against analog. Analog makes good products. I don't. It's just that the reason I got rid of my analog 64 order was because the bitches kept putting it off, and after a while, I'm just like, I get tired of that shit. I just, eh, there's only so much you could put up with, so, I mean, and everybody has their different tolerance levels. It's like, I don't know with any of you guys out there if you heard of Opcode games. Opcode makes ColecoVision cartridges, and also they started making 7800 cartridges. And Opcode is two people, Ed and Gazelle, his wife. Um, and so he, he starts to open up other games. And I think the biggest problem is I think Ed takes on more than what he should for two people because he's developing these games and Ed makes good games. He doesn't throw out shit. So that's the other problem is it takes a longer on a development time because he's actually trying to make decent games. And getting the games take forever. I ordered a season three package over 2 years ago, and I'm still waiting for it. Now he did release a thing where there was 3 games coming with it. He's going to ship it out with 2 games, and then you just wait for the third game when it's ready. That's cool. I mean, but that's the thing is and then there's people on there who go, oh well, they're trustworthy in that, which they are, but I don't know Ed personally. He's not like I hang around in that, and shit happens. I don't know if Ed is robbing Peter to pay Paul to do this development on here. So sooner or later, he could get to a point where he gets so behind that everything falters and you lose out. And when people say, "Oh, that's not gonna happen," how do you know? It can happen to anybody. It has happened to everybody. So, that stuff there's now, I don't worry about that, but there's guys that do worry about that, and they have every right to worry about that. But these other people dismiss them like they're being assholes. It's like, no, they're not being assholes. They're just, everybody has different patience level. I'm used to waiting, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, I wish they would come quicker, but like I said, I like Ed's products. I like what he does, and so I wait. I like his wife's box. She makes boxes for the cartridges. They're fantastic. So yeah, I mean, it's just I'm willing to wait, and that's and I have no problem with it. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't understand somebody else's having a problem with it. Because they'll get on there and goes, trust the process. It's like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Why do you want to talk to people like that? Just because you have faith in it doesn't mean they should. Because you could tell them all day long, oh, well, it's, because I've had a good experience, you should just take my word for it and be okay with it. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, I just always tell people if you get from Opcode Game, know that it's well, unless you order what they have in stock, you can get that, quicker. But yeah, when you're getting these pre-release games and that, it's whenever they're ready. And you have to realize that. And you can either deal with it or you don't deal with it. Like I said, I choose to deal with it because I like his shit. I like what he does. The cartridges he makes are really good quality. It's like that. I got that Atari 7800 from Popeye from him. Man, that runs great. I love Popeye. It's fantastic. I've got Donkey Kong Arcade, all this stuff. He does really good work, and I'm really happy how he makes games. So that's like I said, it's to each his own, but everybody has their different tolerance levels. Alrighty. Well, it was all good hanging out with you guys. As you can see, I got a camera problem. Um, I couldn't do my backdrop because I'm having problems with Elgato, their cam app. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. It freezes up sometimes in that. So I just went straight to, I'm using the Elgato camera. I'm just not using their software. There's something with their software. I don't know if they updated that bitch recently and they screwed it up or whatever. There's something going on. But yeah, it's not cool. Anyways, every Sunday at 8 Eastern time, this is what I do. I play Atari. Like I said, right now we did the Activision, the 2600, but I play, Atari 26, 5200, 7800, Atari Lynx, sometimes some ColecoVision, because I do love the ColecoVision. But mostly it's been Atari. Like I said, each week we'll do something different. We'll have maybe we'll look at one of the other developers or what have you, or just play random games. You can always suggest games in the chat while I'm doing this. Throwing it out in the chat. If I see it, I'll play that game. I always appreciate suggestions because I have my own Rolodex of games in my head that I go through, but you might give me one that I haven't played for a while, and that's always cool to get. Thursdays at 8 Eastern time, I play right now I'm playing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I'm playing through the entire game. And that's what Thursdays will be is game playthroughs for whatever game. Once I get done with Biohazard, I'll move on to another game. We'll do that, occasionally. So that do that every Thursday at 8 Eastern time. And then also occasionally I'll throw out some shorts or like I just released a video for a PC game called Hunter Call the Wild. I showed it was about an hour and a half. It wasn't going to make it that long, but it ended up being an hour and a half. But I was basically showing the game. It's a hunter simulator, and I love the game. It's relaxing. I played it on the Xbox. Now I play it on the PC. You can go check it out, see if it's something you like. And if you're interested, maybe you buy it. I'm not affiliated with them, and I don't get anything out of it. So I always tell people you can buy it or not buy it. I don't give a shit. But I mean, I just tell you what I like, and maybe you might like it too. I can't guarantee that. I mean, we're all different. We all have different likes in that, but it is a cool game, I think. But that video's up. I've got other gameplay videos. Some of them are a lot of them are shorter, might be 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. Just depends on the game. I got, a back catalog of live games that I've done. We played through Shenmue 2, Shenmue 3. We played through Resident Evil 4 Remake. So there's that stuff that's up there as well. Um, you can go check them out. I played Sega Dreamcast before, this and that. Them are up there. That's what these videos will be of different stuff. So there might be the Dreamcast, or it might be Nintendo stuff or whatever. Just when I'll just put random stuff up, whatever. And there's things to go through on the PC too. I like to play it, play about an hour on a video for, or what have you. It's a different format than being on the live show, and lot different, just in case there's mess ups. Like today, this one I had a mess up with the camera and that, so I'm going through that. So that's wasted time while people are waiting for me to play a game. But at least on video, if something messes up, I just erase that part and go move on, so you don't have to deal with it. But anyways, yeah, I try to do different things all the time. So I appreciate if you would subscribe, hit the likes. Subscriptions are, subscribing is always appreciated. So the likes as well, because it's, works with the algorithm. I don't understand the algorithm. I don't know shit about it. I just know there's an algorithm. At least that's what I hear everybody else say. So it's something about it being important. So, but yeah, leave comments, tell me games you might want to play. You can tell me I suck. That's all right. I had somebody tell me the other day I was bad on something. And, I said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. If you're saying the game's bad, I disagree. But if you're saying my gameplay's bad, I agree with you. Because sometimes I'm not an expert in these games. I'm just the average guy that loves playing these games. Some games I'm better at, some games I'm not. I don't doctor the videos and just do the best ones or whatever. Whenever I shoot them, I play it, shoot it, and done. Sometimes it might be a great gameplay, but sometimes it might not be. But I'm not, I'm just a guy who likes playing games. I'm not a freaking expert on this stuff, so that's why I always tell people, don't base the game on my gameplay. I might just play sucky. It might be a great game. Just my gameplay's horrible. But yeah, just check all that stuff out. Yeah, yeah, and that's a good thing, Pete. It's like, yeah, it's just, yeah, you can get irritated, but you have to look at these homebrew guys. A lot of them, aren't making very much. And now Ed, he actually quit his job and that to concentrate on making these games, and so he has to make X amount of games, sell X amount of games, and to survive. And I don't know if you knew this, Pete, but I forget where the hell I read this or heard this at. I think I had read it somewhere, but Ed was predominantly ColecoVision, and then he started making 7800 games. And some of the Coleco guys were bitching because he was making 7800 games. I wasn't, because I was happy because I have a 7800 that I like using. But what it turned out to be was Ed started doing 7800, and he said Atari basically saved him. That ColecoVision, as well as it was selling, and Ed was selling quite a bit, but it wasn't enough to keep him from not working. And that's something you have to remember. Some of these other guys, they have jobs and they do these homebrews. But Ed was trying to go to a thing where he was doing it full time. But he said if he wouldn't have went to the 7800, and if it didn't sell as well as it did, he would have had to go back to work, which would have mean he couldn't have put out as many games as he could put out. And so, I mean, that just tells you how tight it was. Even though he was doing good, he was known as a great ColecoVision and that. But there's only so many. It's just like in television. There's only so many in television people out there. There's only so much, ColecoVision guys out there. Atari's a bigger base. They were the predominant console at the time. So and plus also the Atari name traveled longer than the television name or the ColecoVision name. You bring up in television or Coleco to a lot of people, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But almost everybody knows Atari. And that makes it so they sell a lot, and their brand name is a little bit more powerful than Intellivision is or ColecoVision is. So the fact that Ed went to 7,800 games saved his business, saved it so he didn't have to go to work, and he could actually, him and his wife could concentrate on the business. And I don't think a lot of people know that. And that's the stuff you have to pay attention to. Is a lot of these homebrew guys, they're on the edge of being able to do what they do or not to do what they do. So when you go around stealing, I have ROMs. You see the ROMs, but I don't do ROMs of homebrew people unless I buy them. And there's a reasoning behind that because them homebrew guys depend on that money. They're not a company that made a game 30 odd years ago. We're talking about guys that are making stuff now and they need that money. So, if you go around and pirate their shit, you're hurting them. And all you're going to do is eventually there's nobody going to make a Intellivision homebrew or ain't going to make Coleco homebrew or, that's what'll happen if it keeps going that way. Try to help these guys out. That's what keeps them going because if you can't make any money, what the fuck are you going to make a game for? I mean, I'm not going to make it. Well, I can't design a game anyways. But if I was doing that, I wouldn't make games if I couldn't make any money at it. What the hell's the point? Yeah, you might make a couple of games and be happy about it because, I really love making games. But you get tired of that shit after a while. You got to make some money on it. Yeah, that digital, and that's the thing is that one of the things people have got on Ed about is because Ed doesn't do digital. He does only physical. But there was a reason for that is because, the Intellivision came out with the Sprint, which is a great system for people that had an Intellivision. Came out with new controllers, more compact, digital. You can store all your games on there. You can arrange them and stuff like that. Put box art. It's pretty cool what you could do with the Sprint. And but everybody wants ROMs. Everybody wants digital. I want ROM. They make their money off their physicals. If you ain't buying that physical, eventually the ROMs are going to dry up. You ain't going to have shit. And especially if you're getting that ROM and you're copying that bitch and handing it to everybody, you're screwing them over really bad. And that's the worst thing about digital is piracy with the digital. And and you might go, oh, well, I'm not affected or whatever. Well, eventually you will affect it because other people are doing it too. So it's like, support your homebrew guys. This retro is great. It's a great community in that. Support the community because it's them guys bringing us new shit or maybe ports of stuff that, you look at Champ Game, which, you get into the argument about, are they a homebrew company, which I still believe they are in a sense, but they're a bigger company, but man, they bring out great games. And there's a reason because they make money off of it, so they keep pushing them out. Now they do sell ROMs as well. Good for them. I'm glad they do. But I want to buy their physicals as well because I want to support them. It's great to get the ROMs. They're cheaper, so like, hey, I need to get them now so I can get a bunch of them at one time. But then I'm going to go back and I'll buy the ROMs, the cartridges for it, so I have the actual cartridges because that helps them out. And it's the same with any of these guys. Getting the physical helps them out. That's where their bread and butter's at. The ROMs are okay, but yeah, physicals are bread and butter. Anyways, we talked about everything with, but yeah, just remember, support physical cartridges. Support your homebrew community. Support your retro community. We're getting into a day and age now where physicals are going away. I'm mostly a digital guy now, but in my old stuff, I like my physical. I like my, it's like I have my Dreamcast. Now I do have a GDE EMU, so I can play more games than not. But that's only because the price of disc are ridiculous on some of these systems. And so, because now you get into not just collectors, but you get people that want to make money. So there's a big difference between a guy that wants to have his home collection and a guy that wants to make a shitload of money And so they ramp up these prices on these games, and it makes it hard for the rest of us. Some of these games are ridiculous on how much they cost. But the retro is great for that you can get physical stuff still. And there are certain avenues you can still get into. They're not super expensive compared to some of the other systems. But that treating this, plus with these homebrews, they're bringing out new games for it, which you can collect as well. So yeah, I mean, just support your retro community. Uh, you don't have to go straight all retro and not care about modern gaming. I like modern gaming too, but don't forget about this is where we came from. I grew up where, like I said, the first system was a keypad with bowling. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was the first systems that came out, the Pong systems. When some of you, the younger guys, they don't know what the hell all that the history is on that, but that's what was cool about it is we were in the infancy of it. It's not very often in people's lifetimes that they're in the infancy of things, but we, at my age, at 60 years old, I was at the infancy of video games. The computers started coming out, stuff like that. It was to me, this stuff is mind-boggling from what it was to what it is today. But and I appreciate that history of it because it means something to me. And I know it doesn't always mean something to everybody because some people weren't around at that time. But I would like people to see that, hey, you know what? I understand Atari looks simple, but it was fun. And that's, what we try to get out there is like these, playing these games is fun. We ain't telling you it's going to beat Call of Duty and the visual departments, but they were games that were fun to play. And they weren't long games sometimes, you play for 15, 20 minutes, have a good time or whatever. But yeah, it's just, open up your mind to different avenues. Some of this stuff was fun, interesting. There was different things that were tried at that time that was revolutionary at the time. Maybe not to us now, but if you look back and how long ago it was, wow, they really tried to do that on that system. That's the different, the Atari and the television. And television had the keypad and all this stuff, and they tried to do games that were steps above, not just graphically, but like things that you would do. A lot more, even the Odyssey too. They had these board games that you could actually play along on a system. That system wasn't advanced worth of shit, but there was this little tie-in they tried to do that made the game more than just beeps and bops and stuff like that. And that's what is cool about the retro systems is the progression through the years and what they would try to achieve and what they were trying to go. Coleco, their whole big thing was they were going to make a computer out of the goddamn thing, which they did, but it sucked. But they were adding this Atom computer, so you can plug your ColecoVision into this base system that had your disk and all that, and make it a computer. Well, that shit was nuts. That was crazy shit. And there was plans on that on the 2600. I remember the one had the keyboard that went snapped in the front and went over the top grill part of it, and it had a keyboard on it, and you could play cassettes and load games into that. So there was all these weird things that they were trying back then to advance game system. Yeah, that's why we had with Sega, the 32X, the CD-ROM, these guys had, were trying to take these systems and go up and beyond what they were to try to make them even better to keep them relevant for a while. Didn't always work, but it was cool that they done that though. I forgot I had this cord. I was like, what the hell I keep hitting in here? It's like I got the hookup on my charging my headset. Anyways, I blabbed on long enough. I appreciate everybody that been here tonight. Let me thank the chat, which I always do. I appreciate everybody in chat. We got Go Game Go. That's Jeff. Junebug. Junebug went to dinner and then she got done with dinner and she came out and hang out with us. Bears fan Goomba was in here. Let's see who else we got. Oh, CC Mental. I didn't even see her come in here. Hey, CC. I feel bad that I didn't say hi to her. I didn't even see her. Who else we got here? Oh, Savater was in here, of course. Intellivision Gamer. That's Casey. He was in here. Torque stopped in. Savater. Did I already say Savater? Uh, Chris was in here. That's Famous and Crispy. You've seen his thing at the beginning of my show. Hopefully, you've seen it. He's a good dude. Check his stuff out. Let me see if I got everybody. I think that's everybody. Papa Pete. Yeah, to see Pete gave me the idea to go look at these other Activision games because apparently I'm missing some. All right, yeah, I think that's everybody. But anyways, again, appreciate you all stopping in tonight. And I hope you'll come see me on Thursday, 8 Eastern, while I'm playing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Or you come back next, if you're not interested in modern games, you come back again for Atari next week, next Sunday at 8 Eastern time. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. It's going to be Atari, but I'm not sure if I'm just going to play random games on all the systems or I'm going to pick out one of the developers or whatever. I'll have that posted here in the next day or two, so I'll let you know. But anyways, I hope you all have a good evening, and I hope your weekend was good. And I will see you all later. Thank you very much, and let me get here so I can back out of this thing. But have a good evening. Talk to you later.